Hello, hello. Welcome to another stream. Alright, so this time, we last left off on POW World, but I think now we're ready to start a new app series. And in this edition of Silly Apps to Make, I'm going to be making a Yippee app. Yippee! Yippee is a little creature, and it's quite adorable, quite a squishy little ball of fun. So I think that will make a great app, and I'm actually planning to make this app public on the App Store once I finish it. So this will quite probably be a long series, just because the other apps I've made, they've kind of been taking like a couple days, a couple streams, but this one, since it's gonna be on the App Store, I'm gonna make it more fleshed out, add some more features to it, maybe some leaderboards and shop, that kind of stuff. Maybe even like some in-app purchases, we'll see. But yeah, that's my plan. I think it'll be good. Yeah. Oh, also, I have a confession to make before the stream started. So I have like a little stand that I use for tracking, and it like snapped in half. That's why I was late to stream by a couple of minutes, because it's in two pieces. Rip. I tried putting it in a good place, but it didn't work out. So I've got it like my phone propped up on a book. Yeah, so hopefully that doesn't like affect tracking too much, but yeah, little OOC random stuff. But yeah, we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, without further ado, let me swap over to my Xcode. Yeah, here we are in the Xcodes. I've just created a random, like a initial sample project. I haven't touched anything. Oh, and as you can see by the project name, we're going to be calling this Adventures of Yippee. In fact, I think I'm calling it Adventures of Yippee the Yippist. I think that would be a funny name. That would be, yeah, that would be good. Also, if you don't know what a Yippee is, let me provide some background on the Yippies. So I have a couple of videos to share. It's a little show and tell with the class. So let's do that. Yes. Uno momento while I get some videos prepared. Let's see. Yes. Because after all, what is a yippee? It's a little creature. A little creature indeed. Yes, let me see if I can find the thing. Let us see. One moment. Let's see. Oh, I had this up a moment ago. Yes. Oh, I think I got something. Let's see. Here we go. Yes, here we have the Yippee. As you can see, oh, let me get it in a nice format. Okay, yes. So here is a Yippee. It's like this little horse-looking thing with the derpy eyes. Let's check out this first video to see what a Yippee is.
Step into Wix Studio.
Oh, Wix.
The web creation
Bruh.
platform built for agencies.
That was anticlimactic. Yippee. Yes, that's a Yippee. It's this little thing. Oh, they've also got a dancing music video. Look, it's a nice derpy little Yippee. Yes. So that kind of gives some context. He says Yippee, and it's a very ever so cute. So yeah, that's a Yippee. And that's kind of what we're making our app based on. Yeah, that's how that is. So let's see. Oh, also, I'll also kind of describe how the app is, like how I want it to look, and also provide some context on what I'm inspired by to make this app. So, kind of it'll be similar to this game that I used to play way back when, called Fiona Fights. It was on the Cartoon Network website, and they had, it was like a kind of like a game where you get like upgrades and stuff. I'll just show you. So, yeah, so it was a web game, not a mobile game. If I show it, you see that it's like, there's enemies that like you have to fight, and you get like little points and gems. You get like a score, and look, this is kind of what I like. I like the shop that they have, so you can like get different like swords and stuff and upgrades, and it helps let you like progress more. So you get like swords and get some stuff, so it'll be kind of similar, except I don't know, maybe I won't do like the pick up the weapon in the middle of the game, but like you start off with the weapon, something like that. But I really like this game, and I kind of want to make a mobile game, like the Yippee game, a little inspired by it, like similar. But yeah, this is a fun game. I'd recommend checking it out too if it's still up. I don't know. Might be one of those Flash games, and Flash isn't supported anymore. I don't know, it might be somewhere out there. But yeah, Fiona Fights. It's a good game. Yeah, so it'll be kind of similar to that. And then yeah, also kind of like draw out what I'm showing. So yeah, let me. And I don't want to flashbang you with the gimp. Oh, I did anyway. My bad. I think I was moving the Chrome. Yeah, sorry for the flashbang. But yeah, let me kind of show you what I'm thinking for this app. So when you open the app, it'll be a landscape app. So that's the main first thing. Landscape. It'll be like your little Yippee creature in all this wonderful glory. Yes. And I'll have a little sword. Yes. I'm not very good at drawing, but you kind of get the point. And then I'll have the text here for the title, and then like a button here for like settings and stuff. This will be like a button to play, and then we'll have a shop here, a leaderboard button, and then here will be like you can see your scores, like how many enemies you've killed and how many total points you've got and gems, stuff like that. So yeah, this will be kind of like leaderboard. I'll use like the graph thing that you typically use. This can be a shop, so maybe like a little shopping cart. Yeah, it's hard to draw with the trackpad, but yeah, like a little shopping cart thing. And this will be stats. I might just have like a literal like stats here or something. Yeah. So this will be the start view. Oh, and here will be like a cog for settings. Yeah, that'll be good. And then so, oh yeah, and here's like play or something. Yeah. So if you hit this, this is like the gameplay. So here's what I'm planning. There'll be like a ground. And there'll probably be like some buttons here for moving left and right. And here's the Yippee. And then, yeah, it'll be like this. And then he'll have, oh, also, I'm planning on having two buttons here. This one will be, I guess this one can be jump. So it'll be like a jumpy Yippee. What can Yippies do? They can jump. And then here will be a swap. So I'm gonna have them like swap between weapons. So there'll be a sword and like a projectile that he can have. Oh, also let me put some nice Pokemon music. I like the Pokemons. Let's do that. Yes. So that's what that'll be. So you can imagine he'll have like maybe like arrows coming out of him. That's like the projectile. So that'll be like one attack you can do if you click swap and swap to the projectile. Otherwise, he'll have a sword. And the sword will kind of swap like around him, like in an arc. And of course, if you're attacking, you need enemies, right? And the other enemies, I think I'm gonna make them also Yippies. So other Yippies of different colors and varieties. And they might have different attack patterns, like hopping around or running straight at you. Or maybe even flying. Like I might have some flying Yippies. Yeah, that would be cool. Some little flying Yippies. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Indeed. Oh, also let me link a Yippee video in the chat just to give some better context on what is Yippee. Yes, I think that will be good. Let me link this. Yippee! Or maybe. Yeah. This thing. I'll pin it. Yes, that'll be good. Oh yeah, also. Yeah, I don't want my tracking is weird with my thing on a book. Well, that should be alright. Alright, pin that. Cool. Yeah, so flying yippies of different colors coming at you. Jumping around and stuff. And then you'll have like points here or something. Yeah. And it'll be like you'll have your points here, maybe like 100. Oh, and also the yippies will be able to drop gems that you can use to buy things in a shop. So, oh hey Sputnik, we're working on a new Yippee app. Here's our kind of plan for the UI. It will be like a little game where you can play as a little Yippee and beat some creatures and get some gems and buy some things in a shop. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. Yeah, because I'm planning on making this one kind of more fleshed out and eventually put it in the App Store. Yeah, it'll be in SpreadKit. Yeah, I like SpreadKit, and it's good for making things quick. Oh no, yeah. I wish I knew like Unity or Unreal or Flutter. Like those are pretty good for like cross-platform. But yeah, I still need to learn that stuff. I think, but yeah, for now it'll be some SpreadKit. But yeah, I'm planning on putting this one in the App Store, so it'll probably be a longer series compared to some of my other very short meme apps. I'm planning on like actually making this fleshed out. Yeah, so it'll be pretty good. But yeah, so here's like the gameplay. Like you can either like have a sword or like a projectile, like an arrow. You can like swap between them. And you can jump around and stuff, move left and right, and then tapping will be like attacking. There'll be like different enemies that can like jump around and stuff. You get like points. You can also get like gems. So we'll do like a shop system where you can like buy skins and upgrades. It's like I'm thinking for the projectiles, like you can upgrade your projectile. Like it'll start with like arrows, and like the end upgrade will be like shooting lasers out of his eyes. I think that'll be pretty good for a little Yippee. Yeah, that'll be good. So yeah, maybe something like 12 gems or something. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Like points and gems. I might do like levels too. So maybe like well, I guess I don't need to really show the level, but I might do. Because I was thinking on either making it like where the background scrolls and it's like an infinite level, or like different levels with like number of enemies. And if I did that, then I would have like a counter here, maybe like number enemies. Yeah, and it would tell you like yeah, there's like 2 enemies remaining in this level, and then you beat them, and it goes to the next level. Something like that maybe. In the corner. But yeah, that'll be pretty good. So that's kind of like the gameplay. And then there's also like this shop here. Yeah, so I'll put like an arrow for shop. And I'm planning on actually making like in-app purchases probably. For like buying gems or something, or maybe put like an ad in. I don't know, maybe we'll be a bit greedy. No, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, there'll be a shop here, and I was planning on like different things in the shop. I was planning on having like 4 tabs. So one of them will be like a gem shop. So this is gem shop, and this is where you spend your hard-earned dollars on some meme currency. and that'll be good for like buying different things. Yeah, and then what else? So there'll be skins, of course. There'll be skins. Yeah. That should be quite nice. And yeah, this is the shop. So, as such, I will call it shop. I think that'll be good. And you need like a back button too. Yeah, so there's gem shop, there's skins. There's also upgrades, so like if you want to upgrade your weapon before starting a new game, you can go here. Yeah. That should be nice. And then finally, there'll be consumables. So this will be like maybe I'll do this. I'll see. Like maybe like you find a potion while you're playing, and you consume it and you get some health back. So it'll basically be based on health. Yeah, let me maybe put like a health bar above our little Yippee here. So kind of like this. So you can get hit by enemies and lose health. Yeah. So it'll be like that. Yeah, and then finally, oh yeah, we've got like a leaderboard, so I guess I can put like an arrow here. Yeah, leaderboard. So, oh, it's tough drawing with the trackpad. Oh my gosh, my penmanship is much better. Trust me. So here's leaderboard. And I'll do this through Game Center. This will be, I'll say, yeah, because I've done that before in one of my apps. It's not too hard to implement. And I guess since we're doing Game Center, I might also put achievements in the game. You know, like Game Center achievements. Like, oh my gosh, he got 5 skins. Here's an achievement. And that'll feel nice for the player to get. That'll be good. So yeah, here's leaderboard. I might do like, you know, kind of like how Doodle Jump has it. They have like a global leaderboard. They have maybe local, or no, I guess, well, local would be kind of hard to do. Maybe like global, or no, maybe better by time. So like all time leaderboard. Yes, kind of like, you know, like the last week or all time, last month. Yeah. Something like this. These are different tabs that you can have. So there's month, and then my like week. Yeah. And then it might show like, this one is selected, and then it'll have like your names here for if you have a Game Center ID, it'll show your names and maybe like a little icon of what you set for your icon at Game Center, maybe something like that. Yeah. Oh, and of course there has to be a back button as well. Yeah, and then for stats, that'll be like here. So, for stats, here's what I'll have. And this is kind of like your summary statistics over the lifetime of playing the game. Maybe I'll put text here because it'll get more messy. So it'll be like, you know, number of gems. And that'll be like lifetime number of gems. Yes, that'll be good. Ooh, I can't really move this. Whatever. But you get the kind of idea of that, like number, gems, you know, like total score or something. Yeah. Oh, I think I can move it now. Oh, I lied. Ah, here we go. I gotta make sure I click the right thing. Yes. Cool. I'm used to Photoshop, not GIMP. Well, I don't have Photoshop on this account. This Mac account. So free Photoshop, otherwise known as GIMP, will have to do. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this will be like part of this. Yep. That would be good. Oh, and of course there'll be a back button as well. On here. So that'll be here. And then, yeah, this is kind of encapsulated in this screen. Indeed. Ooh. Alright. I gotta stop messing with that. I'm not good at this software. Oh yeah, and then there's settings, of course. I won't even like draw it, but you can imagine what this would be. Maybe if I have, I'm gonna put like Yippee sounds in the game. And there'll be an option to turn off the sounds in the settings. You can also, if you buy something, you can restore your purchase. I think that's required if you have in-app purchases, an ability to restore purchase. Maybe also a link to the privacy policy. You know, kind of basic settings, things, stuff that's required to have an app in the App Store will be there. Yeah, so it's kind of the Yippee app. Kind of high-level design. But yeah, that's my plan. Should be pretty fun. Yeah. So, without further ado, also let me check the audio. Okay, I just want to make sure that the music's not blaring. I think it's alright. Cool. Yeah, without further ado, let us get into the app development. So, I made a couple of assets, and I might actually change these assets. I'll be honest. Normally, I come into stream with all the assets made, but since this is such a big app, and I kind of made it on short notice, these assets are not really final, and they're definitely not comprehensive either. So I might change the assets and add more, just as a heads up. But let me kind of show you what I've got so far. So I've got like a move button for like moving left and right. I've made this background. Well, I made it through. Let's say saucy means. I don't know. People don't like AI art, but I'll admit that's how that was done. Trust me, once I get a bunch more monies, I will commission art for sure. But yeah, that's for the time being. Very scuffed means of doing things. But yeah, here's the assets. So we've got this arrow move button for moving left and right. We've got a background. We've got the ground that the Yippee will be running along. A jump button for jumping. A swap button for swapping between like a sword or like a bow or like arrows or something. I've got the sword. We've got some title text. And we've got different Yippies here. So this will be different skins that you can play as. Oh, actually, I forgot to put the regular Yippee here. You've got all the different colors except the regular Yippee. Let me actually... I'm gonna send that over. I have it on my other PC. But yeah, a little scuffed doesn't hurt. But let me send over the other Yippee. We're missing a Yippee. No Yippies must be left behind. No Yippies were harmed in the making of this app. Alright. Let's get the Yippee in. I have him. And now we shall acquire the final, the true original Yippee. the Yippee master himself, Mr. Yipperton III. Let's get him. I have him here. Let's get him out of the Shadow Realm and into our mobile app assets. Yes, I have acquired the Yippee. Here it is. The original Yippee. So this will be like if you don't buy any skins, you'll get this, you'll play as this Yippee. And then of course an app icon. And here it is. Yippee! Or better yet, Yippee! So, yeah, that's our app icon. This is dependent on this background. If I don't know, I might change it. Maybe not. I'll see. But for now, if I use this background, I'll use this as the app icon. Oh, also, I need to... So I've got 1x here. There's also different phone resolutions. So there's 2x and 3x, which is basically like, you know, this is for like, you know, big chunky iPads. This is for skinny iPhones. And this is like a little wider iPhones. That kind of stuff. Yeah. So that should be good. Yeah, so I've got all of our app assets. So let us begin. And I also might... I don't know, I'm still yet to decide if I should make the source code public or not. I'll make the VODs public, so technically I guess if you really wanted, you could recreate the app. But I once published an app on the App Store with my source code available, and not a couple months later someone yoinked it and uploaded their own version with the images slightly changed. So I've got a little bit of PTSD from making my App Store apps public, like on the source code side. I don't know. Maybe I will do it and put like an exclusive license or something. I don't know. Be a bit more meticulous about those things. But yeah, TBD. Basically. Yeah. So we've got our default project here. Oh, actually, let me also configure the settings first. So this will be a landscape app, or a landscape app, actually. A little tongue twister there. So we won't have a portrait, and we won't have upside down either. Also, I'm thinking this will only be landscape left. Yeah, because there's a little notch on the right, and I don't want them to be able to swap to that notch. Yeah. Actually, well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, well, I'll take it off for now. Sometimes it can be a bit tedious to support different device orientations, because you kind of have to like readjust your entire view based on like what the orientation is. We might support it. I'll see. But it'll definitely be landscape, no portrait. Yeah, also this app requires full screen, so I'll check that. App category, entertainment, indeed. And I'll make this support like iOS 16 and up, doesn't need to be the latest iOS. Although I think there's iOS 17 now. I just haven't updated my Xcode, so I guess it's not showing yet. Yeah, I think iOS 17 is at this thing now. So that's cool. Yeah, so let us begin our app development. So we shall start by configuring our device in the appropriate orientation. So if we search up our orientation, we get our preview interface orientation, landscape left. Indeed. Yeah, so you see if I made it like landscape right, then that little notch comes to the other side. And as you can imagine, if the Yippee starts on the left side of the screen, he might get a little chomp taken out of him by this notch. So I don't think we're going to end up supporting landscape right. Yeah, so we'll just keep it landscape left only. And make sure we have it, yeah, we're only landscape left here. Yeah, so it'll be landscape left. And then for our image, set up system name globe. We will pass in our background. Indeed. So here's our background. You can see there's a problem with it not taking up the whole screen. And to fix this, I will say ignores safe area. That's one thing. And then we also need to scale it, or be resizable rather, so we can change the size of the image so that it's not just the default image size that came with the system. And then we will scale it to be the size of the screen. So for that we will say frame, I guess we can say like max width infinity, max height infinity. I think that might work. Oh, I guess not. So we'll have to do this manually, I think. Or we can just say frame should be we can put this in a geometry reader instead of a V stack with padding. Oh, actually that might be why. I didn't even notice it was in a V stack. I was like, whoa, there's like weird padding and stuff. Yeah, okay. It's just a V stack. Okay. So now we've got our background all on its lonesome. So we want to stick this in a Z stack because we want to put the background in the back, as backgrounds should be. And on top we will have buttons. So if we refer back to our design here, I'll pull it up. Flashbang. We want this little Yippee in the middle. And we want the settings icon, a play button, a shop, a leaderboard, and stats. So let's do that. Let us do that exactly. So let's implement these buttons. Or we can start with the text actually. So the Yippee text. I also made this an image instead of planning on using a font because I wanted it to be like 3D. And doing that in Swift would be overkill. So I just made it an image. So I believe I called this a title text, I think it was. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that nice? Like I've never made 3D text before. But when I checked it out in Photoshop, it was quite pretty. I really like this color and this font theme. It's like very blocky and pops out. It's very nice. I think this will be good. So Adventures of Yippee, the Yippist. That's the name of our app. So we'll make this again resizable. I don't think I want it to. Well, maybe I do want it to ignore as safe area. Actually, maybe not, because I don't want it to go under that black notch on the side there. But I do want it to be smaller because it's taking up the whole screen. So to do that, I'll actually create a geometry reader so I can get the width and the height of the screen, and I can make it a function of that. Yeah, so now I can say this. The width of this will be geo.size.width divided by, let's say, 4. And the height, oh, this also should say geo in. So this is a closure, and geo is the variable. So we say geo.size.width, and our height will be geo.size.height divided by 6, or something. Ah, look at that. It's pretty small, though. What if I make it square? Oh, that's not too bad. I want it to be centered, though. It's in the top left. And I think to fix this, there was a hack. I think you can do like max width infinity, like give it another width. Yeah, now it's centered. Do I need a max height too? I wonder. Okay. Yeah, I guess that works. Let's see what it's doing with the frame actually. Yeah, so it's taking up the whole screen. I think that's why the extra max width stuff. And the actual size of the text is determined in this line here. So let's say we want this to be a little wider. So let's say divided by 3 or 2. Interesting. So I think what it's doing, I don't know if this geometry reader is taking up the whole screen. No, it's not, because we haven't got ignores safe area on it. Actually, we should take this geometry reader and put it outside the Z-stack. Have everything inside the geometry reader, so that we aren't surprised by what sizes the things are. And then we can say for this, ignore safe area. So now we have the size to be, now geo.size.width divided by 2 is the actual screen width divided by 2. Before it wasn't. It was kind of the screen minus the safe area divided by 2. But now, it's taking the actual screen width and dividing it by 2. As you can see, if I maybe click this image, well, I guess it's hard to see, but you can trust me on that one. That this text is as wide as like half the screen. Yeah. So that's how that is. Oh, also this Marnie theme though. I love it. Very nice. Yes. And so, let's put some spacers around this. Wait, is this Marnie's theme? I don't remember. Maybe. Yeah, let me see. Now I'm curious. It's a good theme though. Oh, it is. It is Marnie's theme. Yeah, that's a good song in Pokemon. Indeed. Yes. So, we've got our Yippee text. We've got some spacers around it. That doesn't do anything though because... Oh, this is still a Z stack, so this would have to be in a V stack for this to make sense. Because the spacers, if it's in its own Z stack, these are like on different dimensions, if you can imagine. So if something's in a different dimension than the text, then it doesn't affect it. But now since it's in its own V stack, the V stack is on one dimension, and everything inside it is in the same quote-unquote dimension, which is like the Z level, basically. Yeah, and so then let's make the text move higher. So to do that, what we'll do is we'll make the frame of this, like the height, to be a bit smaller. So geo.size.height divided by like 8 or something. Maybe 10? Or 2? Oh, that makes it bigger. Yeah, so we want that spacer to be bigger actually. Maybe like 3? Or 2.5? I think that's okay. And we'll make the text maybe a little bigger. So the frame maybe like 2.2? Or actually 1.8. And then the height maybe 3.8. Yeah, the text is a little bigger now. And then we also need to make a room for our Yippee creature. So let's put the Yippee dead center of the screen. So we'll put him on his own Z level. Yeah, that should be good. So we'll say, I believe I called it Yippee. Look, it's our little Yippee. He's so big, he's pushing everything. He's got too much power. Yippee, very strong, very mighty is he. Yippee, oh how I love thee. Alright, let's make him smaller. Oh, that's the opposite of smaller. Now he's quite big. Let's make him square. So let's say resizable. Frame should be geo.size.width divided by 8 or something. And then height as well. Geo.size.height divided by 8. Or actually, to make it square, there should be a width as well. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yes. I think he's a little bit squished down though, is he? So if I take this out, is it squished? a little bit. So we'll make the height a little bigger. So 7.8 or something. Maybe 7.5. Okay, I think that's okay for a little Yippee. Yes. Or maybe what I can do here, can I do this? Like resizable, but give it aspect ratio dot fit or something? Yes, okay, that now is not kind of stretched or whatever. He's the original Yippee size in all of his glory. So, yeah, well, he's in the center of the screen, but actually it looks like maybe better a little lower than this dead center that we want. And we also need a room for some buttons. Ooh, okay, so this will be interesting. How do we want to place everything? Let's first off, maybe we want to put everything in one Z stack. So let me move the Yippee here. It'll push everything. Do we want that? Do we want it to push everything? One thing we could do is instead of have this spacer, is, yeah, do that, and now it'll automatically space things out. And we can start adding our buttons here. So for our buttons, what I need is a button and then an H stack of buttons. So if I show back our diagram again, our GIMP. So let me drag this out. Yeah, I didn't flashbang you guys that time. So our GIMP here, let me pull this out. So yeah, you see how we have like these play here? See if I can draw it. Yeah, so like here, the button will be on its own kind of like Y level, but these will be kind of on the same Y level. So for that, like these three need to be in their own horizontal stack, their own H stack, while this one is kind of isolated. I could technically put all of these in their own V stack, but I don't think that's needed. We'll see. But yeah, that's how we're gonna align these things. So let's create some buttons, shall we? Indeed. So let's have a button here. We'll say this one is like start game. Give it a label of, and here's what we need, some tricky magic. So we could say this is, what do we want, like a rounded rectangle or something, of size, corner size of maybe 10. What do we do here? We can say like, what did I do for my other stuff for buttons? Common buttons. How to do the button thing. Oh, we also need some text actually. So for text we'll want oh, I see what I did. So what I did for my label was I put text, so this might say like play. But then, so that's just the text, but we give it a frame here, and we give it its own width. This determines like how much can be clicked on. So maybe we want to say the button width will be geo.size.width divided by, say, 6, and the height will be geo.size.height divided by maybe also 6. As you can see, that, well, it's kind of a bit chonky, I think. But one thing to note about people is they have very thick fingers, so maybe buttons that big are desirable. Definitely don't make buttons too small on apps, otherwise people can't click them. It gets very, very stressful to click on tiny things indeed. Yeah, always human interface guidelines. It's you go back to your computer human interaction courses and think about how to do these things. I'm no design expert, but yeah, don't make the buttons too short. or skinny or whatever. But in this case, I think, yeah, I think that might be okay for a button height. I'm just thinking because we need to put more buttons below this. Let's actually do that and see how things pan out. So let's have an H stack here, some buttons, and we'll want to have like 3 buttons here. So do this. Yeah, because you can see it's like pushing all the text in the Yippee really high up. I'm not necessarily a big fan of that. Yeah, so I'll say this is play. And this should be, these are just temporary texts. We'll put like actual images here, maybe for buttons or something later. Once we get those, or some better font and colors and things. But yeah, this will be play button. This will be, what did I say? It was, let me bring out the gimps again. Oops, sorry for the flashbang. Yeah, so I said there was the shop, and there's also your leaderboard and your stats. Oh, and then we're missing a settings button as well. So let's do that. And yeah, so shop, leaderboard, and stats. So let's do that. So let's say we have, this is shop, this is leaderboard, and this is stats. And we'll say go to shop, or like go to shop. And this is go to leaderboard, leaderboards. And this is go to stats. So now we have all these. I need some space between like the bottom of the screen and these buttons. Also, let's color the buttons so that we can see what's kind of going on. So to do that, we'll give it a background of maybe like a color. So we can say for each of these buttons, like dot background, and we can say like green for now. Now that we can see what the button like width and height really look like. Yeah, that's pretty basic buttons. Yeah, so we want to put some padding on the bottom. So let's say padding dot bottom. I guess like the default. Oh, this is within. That kind of, what did that do actually? Did I wait? So if I take this padding out, what happens? Oh, okay. It seems to be putting the padding on, like, including the color of the background, which is weird. Wait, what if I say padding bottom and I set it to like 50 or something? Oh, okay. I think it's oh, I know why this is happening actually. It's increasing the height of the screen, rather than actually pushing the elements up. And I think that's because we've run out of space. Yeah, like the text and the Yippee and the buttons are taking up too much space. Yeah, so I'll have to like shrink something. Do we want to shrink the buttons though? After my rant on don't make the buttons too small. Will I be my own hypocrite? Maybe. So let's see, what happens if we change this to like 7? Will it make the sky fall down? Let's see. So now I've made the buttons smaller. Do I have space for padding now? On the bottom. Oh yeah, you see it's putting the padding like within the H stack Oh, wait, I need to do bottom. Wait, can I see the dimensions of the H stack? Oh, I can't really. I don't know what this padding bottom is doing. That's weird. What if I put padding on the V stack itself? Oh, that's still... That is weird. It's like increasing the height of these bottom buttons for some reason. That is ever so intriguing. Let's see, why might this be? So where's this padding? This padding is on the entire V stack. I mean, alternatively, I could just put a spacer at the bottom. That would kind of resolve our issues. Oh, wait, that's still doing the same thing, though. Even. I assume because this doesn't have enough space because of it living in its own V stack, or in the same V stack. Yeah, let's then do this. Let's make another V stack. Put a spacer here and this. Something like this. And then maybe a spacer here. And what happens now if we put padding on here? Oh, yeah, maybe it's this dot background. Maybe it doesn't like that. That could be the case. Let's see. What have we got? So... for buttons... We have... Yeah, that's weird. It shouldn't be kind of pushing stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. It seems to be increasing the background of this, which would be dependent on this. So maybe the height of this is increasing? But why would that be? Let's see if I take out this spacer. Maybe it'll allow the padding. Yeah, now it has padding. But if I put spacing again, it does not. Is there like maybe the ignore safe area? But there's no safe area on the bottom though. Let's put this spacer back and see. Let's hide this button here. Yeah. Okay. B stack spacer takes up like the whole screen. H stack. You know what? I think maybe padding includes let's see. Also, one moment. At the cough. Alright. Let's see. What seems to be going on here? Perhaps something we debug later. This is most intriguing bug. I haven't really seen this before. Let me see. I definitely think the padding is increasing the size of the height, which is increasing the size of these buttons. Indeed. What if I put padding on the top? Yeah, it doesn't increase the size of the buttons, I don't think. Padding on the H-stack bottom? Yeah, same thing. I mean, I could do something weird and make the height a function of the width. I could definitely do that. But that's still, like, there's still that padding. Yeah. So it looks like maybe dot background takes up the entire H stack. I think that's what's happening here. To have to do this without dot background, perhaps. Perhaps. Oh yeah, because I think background, what it does is it puts the color kind of like behind in the Z stack. So let me try something actually. I'm gonna try something that's so crazy it might work. And put the background. Oh, okay. That looks a bit weird. But I basically think it's putting the background behind the padding. So that's why it's doing that. Like maybe if I put another padding it won't. Yeah, see? If I put another padding, it's like it's another view. And it doesn't do that. Yeah. Which is not an ideal fix. I'll be honest. So what's the right way to fix this? I could put the padding on each of these buttons, I think. Wait, so what if I take this out and I put padding here? And here and here. And here. Ooh, okay. If I take this out, what then? Oh, I see, okay. No likey. Okay, but that's fine. And what if I give this a constant? Maybe it's a bit smaller. Oh, that's bigger, I think. Yeah. Oh, I think it's doubling up on the padding. So, 1. Oh, yeah. So if I make this like 5. Oh, that seems to be not enough. But 20 is okay? Oh wow, this is weird. That is super weird. I blame this background. There must be another way I can do this. I have an idea with rounded rects and whatchamacallit? Rounded rects and V stacks or Z stacks. I'm gonna try that instead of this dot background. I'm gonna make my own background. That's what I'll do. So let's take out dot background and let us do this. Let's put a Z stack in here. And our background, quote unquote, will be a rounded rectangle of corner size 10. Oh, it doesn't like something. Oh, because this should be a flute. Right? Can't convert. Okay. Oh, it's a CG size. Wait, really? Corner. Oh, radius. Yes, this should be better. And it gave it its own color already. So what if I say foreground color of red or something? Okay. Yeah. And now, or green, like we had before. Yes, like this. And this shall be the leaderboard. And this shall be the stats button. And now let's try the padding on the bottom. Let's see what this does. Aha, look at that. Oh, also one of our buttons went up a bit. Why did he go up? What's the difference between our stats button and that button? Oh, we didn't put it on the right place. This should go on the H stack. Ah, look at that. We fixed our bug. Yeah, that was weird. We just need to make our own thing, and I can make it its own file too. In fact, let me actually organize our files while I'm at it. So we'll have model, or view model probably. And we'll have views, or views. Let's rename this. We've got an extra thing in there. Yeah, we don't want that. And this one, we shall name view models. Indeed. And then we will also, let's say, make, whatchamacallit, let's see, what do we want to do here? Let's have a manager's file, or maybe a supporting. And then eventually we'll want to make a, well, I guess I can get to the sounds when I get to it, but I always make a sounds folder. But for now, let's just move everything, all the views in their own views folder. Alright, we've got our little Yippee. Also, I should hide that. We don't need that. Here's little Yippee. He's all hiding behind the buttons. No, Yippee, you need to get out of there. Come join the light. Let us get our Yippee out of there. So let's get rid of this extra stuff we never used. We don't need this anymore. So, how do we get our Yippee out? Let's bring back this spacer. Okay, that didn't do too much. Oh, and also the frame of the spacer. Ah, there we go. Yippee's free. Let's make the spacer a bit smaller. So let's say 3. Cool. And we need another button up in between the Yippee and these other buttons. So for that, what we will do is we will, let's see, we want to add a button. So let's put one, I guess we can put one here in our kind of button V stack, as we mentioned. I think I remember I mentioned this when I was showing the GIMP. Maybe have it all these 4 buttons in their own V stack. Yes, let's do this. And this will say play. Yeah. But now, what do we want to do? Because it's still covering our Yippee a little bit. Do we want to move the buttons down a little bit? Maybe... yeah, I think we do. So let's say padding bottom 10. Padding bottom 5. Perhaps that's better. Yeah. I think that's okay. Do we want to make our buttons smaller though? I did rant about not making buttons too small, but maybe I'll be a bit hypocritical and make our buttons smaller anyway. Like the devious fellow I am. Ah, there we are. Smaller buttons. Cool. Now we got a little Yippee here. I think, is this a good placement for buttons? Maybe. Okay. We need our settings button in the top right. And I also want to give our Yippee a sword. Yeah. So to do that, what I can do is I can put this in its own Z stack, like so, and put the Yippee in the back, image, sword. Ooh, that's big. Wow. Oh my goodness. Aspect ratio fit. Aha, look, Yippee's got Excalibur. Now let's rotate it. Angle. What is this? Does that work? Angle. Degrees. 100 degrees. Aha! That's pretty nice. Now we just need to move it kind of more to the left. What I could do then is put this in an H stack. Put a spacer on the right. That makes it go really far. But then we take the frame of the spacer, make the width geo.size.width divided by like 1.1, or rather, a big number, right? 100. Or now let's do 50, 20, 10, 5. How about 7? Cool. And let's move the sword a bit lower. Yeah, so to do that, what we need to do is have a V stack and move it slightly lower. That was vertical or horizontal positioning. Now let's do vertical positioning. Let's do a V stack around the H stack. Put a spacer below. I guess it doesn't matter. We can put a spacer below. Oh, was that enough? No, we wanted to move it down. So frame height, geo.size.height. And let's divide it by 2. No, that's too big. Divided by 20. Now let's do 18. Is it moving? Oh, barely. How about 50? The spacer doesn't seem to be moving the sword that much. What if I put a spacer on the top and decrease of the height of that? What then? So 20, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, why is our sword getting smaller? A sword is based on... Oh, we never set the height and the width of the sword. We probably want to do that just in case. So width should be geo.size.width divided by like 6, maybe. And height geo.size.height divided by a big number like 20. Or 10. Oh yeah, we also want aspect ratio to fit. So I guess maybe we can just set the width. There, like that. So how do we want to move it right? I need to move it right a little bit. So we decrease the size of this spacer, I think. Yes. Cool. I think that's nice. Now we've got our little yippies ready to attack. That's cool. Very nice. Is this a good, like, starting screen? I wonder. I think so. Yeah, I feel like the text is too high. Is there an alternate way we can do the buttons, though? I wonder. I think I'll leave it an exercise for later, maybe to redesign this screen. That's kind of what I had in mind. I also need the settings button too. Don't want to forget that. So for that, I'll put our title text in an H stack. I'll put the settings kind of on the same Y level as the H stack. So, and here actually what I want to maybe do is use a cog from SF symbols. So maybe like instead of an image, because I haven't drawn a cog image, but there might be a cog in SF symbols. Let me show that actually, so I can show what I'm looking at. So here's our SF symbols. Boop, there it is. This is basically all the kind of common images that Apple has. So I'm guessing there's a cog probably. Settings. Oh, look at that gear shape. And we'll want to do maybe gear shape dot fill. I think that probably makes sense. Yeah, let's use that gear shape dot fill. So we'll want to remember that string. Yeah, so let us, if we go here, we'll say image, and here we'll pass a system name. And we'll say gear, what was it? I already forgot. Gear shape dot fill. There you can see it. It's all the way on the right, where the little notch is. And so maybe we'll give this a frame. Also, we don't want it to be ignoring safe area. I think that's what it's doing. We don't want that, really. And I think that's because of this max width infinity stuff. Yeah, it is. It's pushing it into the safe area. We don't want that. Yeah. In that case, so we have this spacer here. Maybe, let's see. So it's pushing all the text straight to the top, but we want it to go down a little bit. I figured that's what this spacer would have done, but it doesn't seem to be working as much as I'd hope. Yeah, so we've got this is our Z stack with the yippies. So what if I take this spacer out? It might be that's why. Oh no, they're on their separate. Wait, where is this Z stack or V stack? Okay, so we have inside this V stack we have a spacer, an H stack, a Z stack with the yippee and the sword, and another spacer. All in one V stack. Yeah, so shouldn't this spacer push the text down? Pretty sure it should. Maybe it's unaffected because of this whole geometry reader stuff. Ah, yeah, now it's affected. Okay, so now I've done that. I guess maybe I won't put it on the same level as the text then. It looks like we can't really do that because of this extra frame thing. Then what I'll do then is just yeah, I suppose instead of putting it within this V stack, yeah, this is pushing this down. Wait, so I really can't put it in the same H stack? That's bizarre. Yeah, because it's like... It's pushing it with this. Yeah, that is weird. Okay. That's okay, I guess. So... Yeah. I suppose then... Yeah, I'll do the whole... Put it on its separate Z hierarchy. So... I'll create an H stack. I'll put a spacer, and then this image. But yeah, now it's ignoring safe area. I don't want that. How do I unignore safe area? I would have to take this off of the geometry reader. That might be why it's doing that. You know what then? I'll keep it in the same H stack as the title text. But I'll just add a spacer. Oh, no, but then that's pushing the text as well. No, I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want that. So, okay. Here's what I'll do. H stack, spacer, spacer, image, image. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Now it should be centered. But it's behind the text, so we can't see it, I'm pretty sure. Let's also give this a width of geo.size.width divided by like 12, not make it too big, and make it square as well. So we'll make the height the same as the width. Yeah. And now, I think it's behind the text, so if we make this frame width a bit smaller, like geo.size.width divided by 12, it should come out of the text. Yeah, now you see it like above the castle. Oh, it's behind the Yippee. Oh, because it's in the center of the screen. I see. So we need this in a V-stack. And push it up. I think that's kind of an okay place for the button. Maybe flush with the safe area, if we can. Oh, I have an idea, actually. I have an idea. So instead of this spacer being geo.size.width divided by 12, maybe what I can do is geo.safeAreaInsets dot... was it trailing? Magnitude? Oh, maybe not. I forget how to use that. Trailing, or does that work? Dot. Because I remember you could use the thingy, the safe area size and stuff. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh, also, I seem to be covering a lot of the screen. I'm actually gonna make myself a bit smaller, just so that it doesn't cover too much. I'm shrinking. Oh no! I'll move myself a little bit as well. Yeah, I was covering a lot. Yeah, now you can see things better. That should be a little nicer. Yeah, so we're just moving this little gear thing. That's in the top right of the screen, of the phone screen. Yeah, we're gonna move it to the left a little bit. So, to do that, let's make this width, the width of the screen, divided by 10. How's that? Or 12? 16. I think that's okay. Ideally, I'd want it to be flush with the safe area. But because I have this ignore safe area on the entire geometry reader, I can't really do that. Yeah. And how does this look on other device sizes then? It might look quite weird. Let's see. Oh, I'll have to pull some code from some other project to get that. But I have a couple of preset device sizes I always check for these things. Yeah, so let's see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get it from some other project. One momento. While we do the things. Also, I'm gonna make myself a little smaller. Oh, an ever so slight amount smaller. Yeah, my ear was tickling my phone. But I think we're okay now. So, where do I get my preview device orientation stuff? Where do I put that generally? Oh, I found something. Yes, let me get it from here. There's content view. Yeah, let's just put content view. I'm taking this from my about to come to-do list app. So, yes, this is how I test other device sizes. Just to make sure it's not looking crazy on different sizes. Like, we're doing all this stuff should be the size of the screen divided by whatever. But if it's like an iPad, does it make sense? Or if it's an iPhone, but it's thicker, does it make sense? Or wider or whatever. Let's see. How's it faring? Also, we need a landscape orientation for all of these. Yes. Okay, let's see. So that's okay on the iPhone 12. What about iPhone SE? That's also alright. Oh, it doesn't seem to be taking... Okay, now it's using the iPad simulator. I don't know why these other ones looks like it doesn't recognize. Okay, now we have an iPad simulator. Oh yeah, okay, our buttons are too thick. Our text is too tall. Our sword is too big. Okay, yeah, that's why we test on other devices. Just to make sure. So, okay, let me introduce a variable that I usually use. I call this let is iPad equals UI device dot current dot user interface idiom equals dot pad. So this is true if it's an iPad and false if it's not. So now I can do something like this for my buttons. If it's an iPad, I make it one size. Otherwise, I make it another size. Like this. So I want this to be, well, I guess the width is alright on iPad, just the height of the button. So let me actually change this. Is iPad? Let's see. So height is iPad if this is true. Then, let's see. Well, I want this to be smaller, right? I think so. So let us make it 12 or something. Oh, that's a bit too small, I think. I guess more so, maybe just padding. Okay, let's make this like 10. Or wait, what does it look like as 12? Or 10? 8? Oh, is it changing size? I don't think so. Okay, now I just have to refresh it. 10. Okay, I think size 10 looks more appropriate on iPad. Is that too small though? I wonder. Yeah, not sure. But okay, that's okay. And then this padding can be like if it's an iPad, let's make it 20, otherwise like 5. Yeah. And now my Yippee is kind of too tall. Or he's floating too high. He's like Icarus. He's trying to touch the sun, but we need to pull his wings down. How do we do that? So we'll make this spacer smaller. Yeah, this one. I think it's this one. Is it? Yeah. So we need a is iPad here. Is iPad. We'll make this geo.size.height divided by 4. See if he comes down. Yeah, he does a little bit. I think that's better actually. Is the text too stretched on iPad? I think it's stretched too tall. We need to make it wider actually. Even wider on iPad. So if is iPad, then geo.size.width divided by 1.5 instead of 1.8. Ah, look at that now, it's a little bit wider. That looks a bit better. But now Yippie's got a ginormous sword. I don't think he can carry that, man. He's like Cloud with his Buster sword. Looks kind of not practical. So let's make the width a bit smaller. Yes, let us do that. So, let's make the width smaller for the sword. Or maybe make the Yippee bigger. I think that's maybe a better idea. Yes, let's make the Yippee bigger on iPad. That way, he's big enough to carry the sword. He's got big, strong Yippee arms. So, to do that, actually, I don't think we need this height, do we? Because we've got content mode fit. Yeah. Or how's it faring for our iPad? Yeah, the sword is definitely smaller. Yeah, let's make it bigger because it just went bigger when I took out that height. Made it the content mode. Let's make the sword bigger. So we've got aspect ratio fit, and we made the width divided by 6, so let's make it 5. Hopefully it should get bigger for that sword. Let's see. Did it? Or what, an 8? Oh, it doesn't seem to be re-rendering. 6, about 5. A most intriguing scenario. Indeed. Yeah, something seems to be going on with our Yippee sword. It seems to be it's a dagger, not really a sword right now. What if I make it divided by 2? like ginormous sword. Does it update? It's not changing size. I take out this aspect ratio width. Oh my goodness. That's quite something. Maybe it's because I have the frame after the rotation effect. That could be why. Oh no, I need the... Okay, let me try this. Order of parameters. Is this gonna work? Okay, let me... Maybe I don't want the... Let's see, I need to make this sword a bit bigger. What I did before was I had the aspect ratio here. Let me take this out then. Kind of adjust it manually. Yeah, let's do that. So, let's see, what shall we do here? We need to give this a height then. Geo.size.height divided by, perhaps, let's do 12. Oh, that's quite the small sword though. I feel like there's something that's making it too small. Let's make this a 2. Yeah, there's something that's not allowing this sword to be bigger. Is it the rotation effect? Oh my goodness, okay. I think so. Wow, that's a really... that sword seems to be quite wide. It's not very practical. Yeah, let's make this smaller. And the height to be longer. Yes. Maybe... let's make it look like a real sword. Like that. But it's way too big. Or it's like pushing stuff down, even. If I rotate it, does it push stuff? Let's see. It's still pushing things, but it's... seems to be... yeah, way too big still. What if I make it less wide? Does this work? Yeah? Oh, I like the length of this sword. This is nice. But the spacer... oh, I think the spacer's too big. What if I take this out then? Oh no, wait, that's what's pushing the sword up. Oh no, it's pushing it sideways, okay. I think it's this one. What if I make this like a 6? Okay. 8. Oh, I see, okay. Things are looking good. But, we've got our sword hiding behind our button with our Yippee. We've got to move both of them up. Yeah. So, how to do such a thing? That's what this spacer was for. That's why I need it to be a little bigger. But it's moving our whole, like, screen. Let's see. How do we do the things? Little sword. Move to the left for me, please. And up a little bit. Yeah, this is a lot of... this is way too overcomplicated, I think. way too many spacers and the like. Yeah, maybe I should have just put everything in one VStack and called it a day. But I've got things on different Z levels. Okay, so let me kind of get a hold of things. So this is one Z level. So we've got our text, our Yippee, and our sword. And the buttons are on their own Z level. That's why it's kind of like hiding, like in front of the Yippees, these buttons. So, okay. I guess one thing I could do is I could take out this spacer here. And make this one bigger. But that seems to be like pushing everything. Because I think it's going beyond the size of the screen. That's why. Let me bring that spacer back then. And maybe just take the frame off of this and see. Okay. Let's see, what can I do here? One thing I could do is... okay, let me just take out all the spacers and see what happens. Okay, so we've got our text, which looks like it's got its own padding around it. And we've got our Yippee, who likes to hide a little bit. He likes to do a little bit of hiding indeed. And we've got this spacer pushing down the sword. And it pushing up the sword too. No, it's pushing it to the side. Okay. So, let's see. We've got Z stack, V stack. I'm gonna put a spacer back. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why there's a big gap between the Yippee and the title text. What seems to be causing this? I could do this, spacing 0. Just to make sure there's less of a gap. Well, okay, I guess it didn't change much. Okay. And I think I gotta take out all my spacers to really debug this properly. Okay. So, let's see. Z stack? Can I push a Z stack up? Maybe that's why it's not working. Maybe I need to put a spacer within this. Oh no, that just made this like bigger, but it didn't move anything. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, and then if I take this out... Oh, I see, so that moves it down a little bit. Let's see. So what did I have before? What I had before was kind of okay, but not quite. Yeah, so I just need to move it like up a little more, and then the text down. So to move it up a little more, I need to make this 6 or something. But then once it goes beyond the screen, then it starts pushing everything down, which I don't really like. Yeah, so... And that's because of the spacer being too big. Yeah, so... Let's see, what can we do here? Let us... And this is not an iPad, so it's definitely using this variable here. Make it smaller. Oh man, all the fine little adjustments to UI. Not very fun, but practical, necessary indeed. All the fine tuning. Because yeah, if I want this in the App Store, I definitely need it to look good on all devices. Oh yeah, even look at that. On iPad, it's pretty scuffed. Yeah, okay, so this is too big on iPad. Let's make this like an 8. Okay, well that's already kind of better on iPad. Yeah, so I think on iPad I just need to move the text down and then make the sword a bit smaller, or the Yippee bigger. Maybe the Yippee bigger. But definitely move the text down on iPad. So to do that, I'm gonna need to bring the spacer back, I think. Wait, did that do anything? That barely did anything. Yeah, I think it's all these height stuff. Oh, this one. The height of this is divided by 2. Oh, I think that's what's causing this. The sword height is way too big. Yeah, it's like taking up the whole screen. Unintentionally. Oh yeah, look at that. That's our problem. The height of the sword is ginormous. And it shouldn't be that big. Yeah, okay. That's why it's like pushing stuff down so much. So if I make this like a 4, but then that, yeah, that like decreases the length of our sword because we're rotating it. How do we want to go about that then? How can we like make it wide, like, but not use the height for that or something? Oh, that's weird. Okay. I suppose maybe one thing I could do. So let me make this smaller. Yeah, it seems to be like the dimensions are off. But then the width is 12. But if I make this bigger, then it just makes the hilt longer. Yeah. So, maybe he has to live with the small sword. I'm not a fan though. I'm definitely not a fan of that. He needs a big sword to be mighty. Little Yippee needs some might. And how better to prove mightiness and power than a big long sword? Indeed. So, let's see. Well, let's fix the problem first of pushing it up to an appropriate position. So to do that, I'm gonna increase the height of this spacer again to like 4 or something. So that looks fine on iPad. On iPhone, we're still a bit shy. Our little Yippee is a bit shy. He's hiding behind the buttons. But he needs to come out and play. And to do that, we'll increase some spacer size. Okay, so this is a good position. The only problem we're having is this sword seems not to be appropriately sized. How do I render it so that it's already rotated? That's kind of what I want to do. Because I think that the image that I have, it's long rather than wide. One thing I could do maybe is like delete this image and then actually rotate it in the actual like Photoshop or something and put it back here. I could do that. I think that makes more sense. Let me do that. Yeah, so what I'll do actually, maybe I'll show myself doing this. I'll use a Photopeia, it's online Photoshop. It's a good website, I'd recommend it. If you don't have like a paid Photoshop or whatever, a free online version is Photopeia. It's very nice. So what I'll do is we'll do some actual, we do a little art. I'm no artist though. I'm just rotating images. But let's do that. So let's open up our little sword for Yippee. I'm gonna open it up and I don't want to like leak my file system, so I'm not sharing yet. But let me show the thingy. Here we are. So what we need to do is rotate this. So let's see, how do we want to do this? We could increase the canvas size, like invert the dimensions. And this is Photopeia, by the way. This is like online Photoshop. So we just invert these, and then transform. Let's see, can we do this? So if I move this, can I like, here we are, transform controls. Or maybe what we can do is select, can we, let's see, can we rotate this? Perhaps we can. Transform, rotate 90 degrees. Oh no, that rotated the entire thing. We don't really want to do that. How about now if we rotate it? If we add another layer, transform. Okay. Yeah, okay, let me see if I can get transform controls back and just do it manually. Like so. Maybe a bit smaller so I'm sure it doesn't crop. Okay, this is good. Now I've made it wide instead of long. So now I can save it. So I'll do that. But let me not leak my files, so I'll save it off screen. Cool. Export as PNG. Save. Downloads. Alright, now instead of this sword, we have a longer sword. Yes. Here we are. Our wide sword, or long sword. So now our dimensions should be kind of correct. Yeah, I don't even think we really need this much rotation then. Cool. Now our width makes sense for the length of the sword. So we can make this really wide if we want. Look at that. Our King Arthur Yippee. Nice. And let's make this a bit less, whatchamacallit, going out so much. Let's make this a 5. And yeah, maybe let's rotate it a little bit. Not like a crazy amount, but like 10 degrees. Ah, that looks nice. We've got our Yippee and his little sword. Now, how does this look on iPad? Our sword is a little chonky, and our Yippee is a little small. So let's fix those. We need to make our sword less wide on iPad. So let's say is iPad. We'll put our ternary back, and we'll make this a bit less. Oh, actually, no, we want that to be the height because we've inverted our dimensions, didn't we? So is iPad. Indeed. How's that? 12 even. Ooh, okay, that's better. Yeah, because iPads are pretty wide. So if we're basing it off of the width of the iPad, we need to make it even less wide. And let's move it up a little bit for iPad. So we have this spacer at 4. Let's move it to 3.8. Oh, that's pushing our Yippee and our sword. We just want to push our sword. Right, so that will be this spacer here. Is iPad. And we'll make this 10. Does that work? Or... Oh, that's pushing everything. Perhaps I don't want to do that. Yeah, how do I move this sword up? I figured, maybe a spacer here? Oh no, we have one here. Can we? Yeah, it's definitely this spacer here. But, it seems not to be doing anything. Let's make this... Wait, can we see where this spacer is? We can give it like a border. Do we see our spacer anywhere? Not background red. I don't see it. Hmm. Intriguing. Most fascinating. So... let's see. What to do. Oh wow, I like this music. Wait, what theme is this from Pokemon? It's from Platinum, like Gen 4. Eterna City Night. Oh my goodness, man. The nostalgia. Dude. Oh, this is nice. Alright. What were we doing? So moving the sword up a little bit. Yeah. So that should be this, right? No, that moves both of the things up. So it should be this. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Make this 2. Oh, it's moving it down. So I need to make this shorter. Oh, but that's pushing everything down. Interesting. Maybe better yet, a spacer below that pushes it up. Yes. Something like this. Right, and so... let's make this not so big. So, divide it more? Oh, why is it moving everything, though? It's because it's all in the same Z stack. Which is fair. Oh. Wait. So if this is a Z stack... Oh, right, because I wanted the sword to be in front of the Yippee. Yeah, that shouldn't move the Yippee then, though. Yeah, that's a bit odd. The sword is a bit too high. Can I move it down without moving a bunch of stuff down? Yeah, the Yippee is moving. Yeah, I don't want the Yippee to move when this happens. Let's see. Can I move you, good sir? Move you up a little bit? I would like to. But not everything. Oh, because it's in this V stack. That's why. Can I take it out then? Would that be a good choice? Not sure. Let us see. What do we have working here? Let's see, what are we doing? Okay. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart, I'll be honest. A little bit of a brain flatulation, that's for sure. Yeah, we just want to move the sword and, well, the Yippee and the sword up. Or sword down, Yippee up. And make Yippee bigger on iPad. Okay, let's make the Yippee bigger on iPad. We can focus on that. And not have our brain go to doo-doo. Yeah. Let's focus on the easy things and not get too tied up in the hard things. That's a good strategy. Big Yippee. Wait, do we want the Yippee to be that big in the game, though? Because I want it to be the same size as what it will be in the game. Maybe not that big. That's fine. I think. I feel like that's too big. Let's do 6.5. Yeah. Or will we go back down to 6? Oh no, wait, we need a bigger number. Yeah, like 8. I think that's okay. So now, let's just move the Yippee and the text up. Yeah. So, to do that, I guess we can move this spacer. Or make it smaller. It's like, or bigger rather. Like that. Yeah, it's a fine place. Now, how do we move the sword down? That's all we really need. This is like perfect spot. Just move the sword down. That would be this. We need to make this spacer smaller. Okay. Maybe it's because I'm not setting a width on this spacer. It's like doing weird things. No, that should be alright though. Interesting. Interesting occurrence. Yeah, it seems beyond a certain division, it doesn't do anything. There seems to be something taking up the space below, which is this. Ah, okay. I see what's going on here. Yeah. The spacer's pushing stuff up so much. There's barely any room for this spacer to even exist. So we need this to be smaller. Like 4. Or rather, yeah, that would be like here. Like 4.5. And now we can move this spacer, make it a bit smaller. Yeah. I think. Right? I'm just gonna add a spacer above. Yeah, why does that push everything else though? That's so weird. But is this fine anyway? Nah. You know what? I'll do some tinkering later. I think this is too meticulous at the moment. Maybe it's better to do the fine-tuning off stream. This is getting a bit meticulous. I'll be honest, because I'm a bit of a pedant. I'm a bit pedantic, I must say. Too much of a pedant for stream content. But anyway, let's just make a border around this settings gear. Why not? So we have our V-stack here. Well, actually, it'll be here that we do that. So let's do background. Can we say green or something? Oh wow, that's why is it so wide? Oh, it's that background thing again. Yeah, we want to do like the whole Z-stack rounded rect or something. In fact, we want this to be a button and the label to be the image. And rather than an image, this should be... Oh, and it turned green, or it turned blue. Interesting. This should be a Z-stack. This should have rounded rect in the back, just like this. Oh wow, okay. Wait, why is this happening? Let me think. So we've got our Yippee and he's all happy. Yeah, why is this? Oh, I don't have a frame on the rounded rect. Interesting. Oh no, I don't have a frame on the button, rather. Yes, I need a frame on the button. That's why this is happening. Okay. Interesting. That's fine. Yeah. And I guess we want to make the settings a bit smaller, so it doesn't like clip to the top like that. 10, or no, rather 14 or something. Is that okay? How about 20? Oh no, that's not affecting anything. Here. Oh no, okay. It's pushing it to the very top, so we just need like padding then. Padding. Ah, look at that. Nice. Cool. This is fine for like a kind of mock UI. I wasn't really planning on adding the images until later, so this is good for a start screen. I think we're mostly done with this. Just like the small thing, I might do this off stream, but like move the sword down somehow. I might have to reorganize this file because this is not very pretty. In fact, I'll start working on that now, like moving this into its own class. Yeah, that'll be better. Yeah, I think... Well, because eventually I want this to be like an image probably or something that you can click. In which case it'll eventually have to like be refactored into a UI view representable rather than a whatchamacallit, a button, a Swift UI button. Also, I noticed on the iPad, look at this, like the button here is very close to the text, and that's because we're not using any like safe area stuff here. Yeah. So what do we want to do? how about instead of putting the ignore safe area here, let's see, what can we do? We can put it on everywhere we need it. So maybe like on this V stack and this V stack. I can just do that. So here and here. Did that change anything? It shouldn't. Oh, it did make it a slightly smaller. Why is that? But is that okay? It being slightly smaller. Is it because of this? No. Okay. Yeah, okay, now I'm not ignoring safe area. So hopefully... yeah, this is fine. This is okay. This... not so much. Okay, I have an idea that's better. Instead of doing that ignore safe area stuff, I'm gonna keep it like that, and I'm gonna adjust this placement of this button on iPad only. So let's see, to do this, I will modify the width of this spacer on iPad. So is iPad, and I'll make it smaller on iPad. Yeah, kind of like this. But I want it to go down more. So, I suppose... Okay. So, yeah, this spacer will control that. So dot frame height geo.size.height divided by 1.1. Oh no, that's too big. Oh, this is also Anister City song. I love this. Very nice. Oh my goodness, man. Alright. 1.3. 1.5. Very scuffed, but it works. Also, what if I take this out? Yeah, it looks even better. So I need to move it more up. Okay. But now it's moving stuff down. I think. Oh, okay. I think it's better. Is it? Oh, wait. If I just take out the frame. It's slightly off, but that's okay. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna move the this a little more to the right on iPad. This gear. So that would be this spacer here. I need the width to be bigger? No, even smaller. Yes, okay. I'm okay with this. Alright, so I am gonna finish messing with that later. I think it's okay. This is a good start. Yeah. Very cool. So, let's see, what do we want to do? We want to, what do we want to do? What do we want to work on next? Maybe we click one of these buttons, it shows the other screens. And we can implement those screens later. Or do we want to work on the gameplay? I'm tempted to do these buttons first. Like maybe just the shop. The shop is pretty easy. Yeah. Also, let's commit as well. I haven't done that. Let me do that. Because I will put this on my GitHub, but I don't know if it'll be public. I'm still to decide. I feel like it won't be just because of my PTSD with my other app on the App Store being open source and getting yoinked. But let's see. Because I am uploading the VODs, it's technically open source anyway. Just without, you'll have to like make the images, I guess. Yeah, let me commit. So let me navigate to this folder. Adventures of Yippee. Alright. Let me show this. Let me show my terminal. And show the committing in real time. So, look at all the stuff we've got. Uno momento while it thinks. Yeah, we've got a lot of things. So we added our images and set up our start screen. Well, actually, let me also let me rename this to start screen instead of content view. As I do with my other apps, I always call this start screen. Maybe start view better? Start view. Let's also do the comment too. Cool. Yeah. Now let's commit this. So, git add dot git commit m add assets and start view or start. Yeah, let me just say start view. All one word. Cool. Oh, I don't know if it'll push. I remember I've had problems pushing my code while I'm streaming because the upload speed or whatever. Yeah, it might not work while I'm streaming. Interesting how that works. When you're uploading UDP packets to twitch.tuvalu, then uploading code doesn't work at the same time. Yeah, see, it's stuck. So I have to do this off stream. How quirky. Very, very intriguing indeed. So let's put some sig aborts into this. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. So, oh, my Pokemon's musics. Let me get it back. Alright. This is good. I'll push this later. But we committed, so it's in a local branch. So that's good. Yeah, let's work on the shop. But not really make it too complicated. Actually, yeah, I really want to refactor this. This is really gross. There's a lot of copy-paste. I'm gonna do that. Oh, also this should be called something else. This seems to have an extra, it's a capital I. I renamed it. Cool. Also, okay, didn't like that rename. Let me do product clean build folder. Does the preview work now? Uh-oh. It didn't like me renaming that file. Or that folder. Let me restart my Xcode. Yeah, it didn't like that. I just restart my Xcode and all should be well. Indeed it is. But let me grab it again. Yeah, there we go. All is well. With a nicely capitalized folder. So, next thing we want to do is refactor this to, yeah, not have all these button components duplicated like that. So let's make a new view. And I did this before with my other projects. I call this like start view button or something. And let's just pull in an example button like this. Yeah. And we'll put it in here. And we'll need to add some variables. Like var, I guess like text can be a string. And we can have var corner radius, I suppose. Be a CG float. What else do we want? We want a width, a height, and is iPad. So var width, CG float, var height, CG float. Actually, because I'm definitely gonna refactor this to be way different. You know what? I won't do this. I won't do this because we're gonna be refactoring quite a bit. This view that I'm showing, or which will load in a bit. Yeah, this one. Like these buttons are gonna look way different. They're gonna look way different. So I'm not gonna refactor it into its own view file yet. That'll come later. But for now, let me work on a shop view. So let's say new file, and we'll call this shop view. Alright, now we've got something called shop view. So when we click shop, we want to navigate to the shop view. So, yeah, let's have a state variable then, saying like at state var show shop view. This should be false to begin with. Yeah. And then we'll have like an if statement here, like if show, or rather, and if you run this whole thing, yeah, if not show, let's say show start view. If not show start view, or rather, if show start view. And this should be true to begin with. Yeah, I would normally use navigation links and stuff, but they don't allow you to customize your transition. So there's this concept of navigation views and navigation links. And this is typically how you would navigate in a SwiftUI app. But in a game where you want to kind of make your transitions between views a little more customized, then it looks weird because it automatically like adds arrows and does like a slide over from the left. But I kind of want like a cross dissolve transition. So it won't work for our use case. Yeah, SwiftUI doesn't have custom navigation animation transitions yet. So we have to use this weird giant if statement stuff. Yeah. So we'll say if it's show start view, else if show shop view. Oh yeah, also put parentheses around it. Why not? Why not? Oh, this is on the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because technically you don't need parentheses in Swift. It's not like Java or C++ or something. It's much more relaxed. Yeah. In fact, I won't even do it. I mean, it's not necessary. At least for, I guess, just like single variables like this, it doesn't look... I mean, it looks kind of overkill if I did that. So if show shop view, then shop view. Done. Shop implemented. Nah. So what I want to do is a transition. Let's say opacity. How do I I forget how I do this. I did this in my other app where I did like a transition for when the shop or like some other view opens, then it would animate in kind of like a shadowy effect. I think I did this in my Mango meme app. My Mango is to blow up, that app. I think I did something like that. I did. Here's what I did. Let me copy this over. I was kind of close. Transition, any transition, opacity, animation, ease in and out duration. Well, a little close. Oh yeah, that's what I would need. So now if I click shop, it should... oh, I don't have that implemented yet. So for here, let's just say show shop view equals true, and then show start view equals false. Oh, still not working. Oh, why is this? So show start view, then do this. Else show shop view. Am I on the right button? I should be. Oh, wait, no, I haven't done anything with that variable yet. Oh no, I did. Like else if show shop view, then do this. Yeah, that's weird then. This should be showing the shop view. I wonder what is causing that? What seems to be causing this? I'm looking up some old code. Let me show that. My I'm gonna show, this is from my Mango app. Some old code. Oh, hello, Bob. Welcome. I'm making some Yippee app. I'm referencing some old code for some transitions. So when I click a shop button, I should open the shop view. Indeed. Yeah. So right now I'm looking at how I did this. So I click like this button and it should show something. Let's see. Not did start game. Oh, interesting. If not did start game, then show this. Now I click a button, sets this to true, and then shows this. Or no, else show this. Oh, I see, okay. Wait, so how did I do that in my Ohio app? I did something similar in my Ohio app. Let's see. Yeah, but my Ohio app, I don't want to show the... It has some... Well, I won't say. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look this up on my other thing. On my other monitor. Let's do that. So... What did I do? Let's see. What is the things that I did? Let me see. Oh, I'm also like... Okay, I'm a little better now. I was kind of stuck and I was frozen. Yeah, this is a better way, better position to look things up in. Show thingy. If not this, else this. Leaderboard view. Wait, where did I do this? Show leaderboard. I had a leaderboard in my other app. Let's see. Let us see what we are doing here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why this is not showing the shop view when I click it. Maybe if I run it in the simulator. Let's test that. I think that's a better way of testing it. Just in case I'm mistaken. Maybe it's just a preview that's not working. So, let me get my simulator open here. Show you guys the Xcode simulator for our little Yippee app. Let's see. Does this show? Okay, nice. Yeah, so if I click shop, oh, okay, it does show. Yeah, so it's just a simulator, or the preview that was bugging. I'm not crazy. Okay. Also, the little bar at the bottom, I don't like because it's covering the buttons. Yeah, I don't like that one bit. I'm gonna have to move the buttons up. I'm gonna have to move them up a little more. Yeah. I suppose that's alright. Yes, let's do that. Let's move up those buttons. Yeah. Let's move the buttons up. So, what do we do for that? Let's just move the age stack up, I guess. Which is this. Or increase the padding on the bottom for iPhone. Like 20? Did that do anything? Oh no, the previous paused because we ran the simulator. 20 is a bit much. How about 10? Okay. That seems okay. Now let's run the simulator again and see if the little bar is kind of covering things. Oh, it is a little bit. Let me show that. Yeah, it's still covering it a little bit. Yeah. So we want it to not cover. So I'm gonna move it up to like 15 or something. Yeah, I'm gonna make that change. So let's move this padding up to 15. And now let's check the simulator. That's like barely above that little bar. Maybe 20? Is 20 good? I guess 20 is okay. But I thought that was kind of too much before. Let's see. Because that's what I have it set for iPad even. Yeah, okay, this is good. But the Yippee is too close to the buttons. Yeah. I wonder then. Maybe I should move it down a little bit. Move it back to 15. Or like slightly less. Like 17 or something. Let's make it very meticulously precise. Indeed. Let's make it like 17. Thankfully, we have control over such things. So that my meticulous brain is satisfied. Yes, I'm okay with this. I am a little okay with this. And now, yeah, our shop view is showing. Very cool. Very cool. So, let's see. We want a shop view. So what did I have in mind? I had in mind passing in a variable for controlling whether we should show the shop view or not. So binding var show shop view. This is a bool. So I need to pass this in. So show shop view, and we'll say $sign show shop view. Uh-oh. Boop. Dot constant true. There we go. Now that should not complain. Awesome. And let's also make this preview device, or like orientation preview interface orientation. Yeah, I always forget the name of that, but it's type orientation and we got it. So yeah, let's work on this. So let's make a, well, we want the background again, don't we? So let's get the background back, which is just this resizable image. Let's put a geometry reader again. Geometry reader. Geo in. Dot ignores safe area. Whoop. Background. Yeah, very pretty background. Very nice. What else? So, what do we want? Let us add the buttons and text for shops. Let's say text shop. Is that showing? I don't see it. Oh, it's in the top right. Yeah, so let's say, yeah, let's put a bunch of attributes on it. Font, weight, semi-bold. Let's give it a frame. Like width should be geo.size dot. Well, let's center it first. It should be centered, but it's because of this frame stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I am just doing some stuff. Oh, okay. What if I provide another frame and do this? Will it move the shop text? No. Okay. Yeah, it's because this frame is taking up the whole screen. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Unless I do the manual placement of things. Yeah. I could very well do that. Or I put this frame here. Oh no, that doesn't. Okay. That's better. Yeah. That's okay. Let's put some padding on the text. Some top padding. Yeah, that's alright. Now what do we want for the text? What do we want to do? What did I do before? Foreground color, font, system size. Okay, this is what I did. So, I did this. I gave it a font. Dot font. Dot system. And I said there was a size parameter. And I used the isIPad variable again. I did something like this in my other app. My Mango app. I need this isIPad back. So let's save our isIPad. This is a bool. And we'll pass it. I can say this is false. Like isPad is false. Yeah. And now I need to pass it in here. So isIPad is iPad. Cool. Now it should be bigger text. Should be size 30 for the shop. That's a little better. Well, let's make it even bigger. Oh yeah, that's nice. Make this 120 for iPad. And let's even bring in our other views. This should be shop view. Now we can test on iPad. Oh, we're missing arguments. Let's copy this over then. Indeed. Alright. Yeah, it needs to be even bigger on iPad. Like 150. Is it? It doesn't look that big. Oh, because I set it to false. This should be true. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. Awesome. Now let's also add in the other 4 buttons I wanted to do. And I'll actually make it a grid, because that makes the most sense. So let me make a V grid. Or lazy V grid. So just a regular grid. Grid. Yeah. Let me see. How do I do grids? Again, in SwiftUI. Vertical grid. SwiftUI. I'm gonna look this up because I don't really do grids that often. Lazy V grid. I don't need a lazy V grid. I just need a regular grid. Grid, text, image. Oh, okay. You can have grid rows. Okay. Yeah, I'll have grid row. Another grid row. And there'll be 2 buttons in here, which I'll just pull directly from here. Indeed. Oh, wow. I think I forgot to copy. Yeah, I forgot to copy the frame. That's a whoopsie. Yeah. So, how's this looking now? Oh, we lost our preview. How do we get it back? Come back, preview. Our preview ran away. Uh-oh. Where is it? Debug area. Navigators. Oh, okay, I'm not sure. Preview is missing. Uh-oh, I know there's a shortcut to get it back. Preview missing Xcode. Shortcut. Command, option, return. Let's see. Ah, that worked. Cool. Oh, but all of our buttons are in the top right. Yeah, then we need to do this again. Yeah, it's a weird. Okay. Yeah, now I kind of want them to be big and more space in between them. So, okay, I can fix the problem of them being big with just modifying these numbers. But how do I do the space in between them? That would have to be something on the grid and the grid row stuff. Oh, I can do... Oh, okay. I can do... There's some parameters on grid row. Or on grid, rather. Where I can say... horizontal and vertical spacing. So horizontal spacing can say like 20. Let's see what that does. Okay. And vertical spacing as well, right? Can I do that? Oh, I can. Cool. Let's make this like geo, actually. Geo.size.height divided by 4. And let's make it the same for the vertical. Ooh, okay, but now it's pushing it up too much. Yeah. So can we do a spacer in between? Oh, wait. I think... Is this a Z stack? This is not, so it's image. There should be a Z stack or something. Yeah, I'm missing a Z stack. I am indeed. Oh, maybe I can put this on the Z stack then. Like this frame stuff. Yeah. Now I don't have to like spam this stuff here. Yeah, that's better. And now I can push this down, I think. Well, okay, so we've got shop and a grid. Let's put this all in the same V stack then. Cool. And now we can put a spacer below. Kind of even it out. Nice. That looks better. Now we just need to make the buttons bigger. And we also want to put a button in the top left for navigating back. Yeah. So, well, let's make the buttons bigger first. Let's see. So we just need to make one button bigger, and then we can just copy that. So the width, I will make bigger for some of these buttons. Oh, also let's change the text. For our shop, what we wanted was gem shop. And then we also wanted skins. And let's see, what else did we want? I'm checking my notes here. Actually, we can check our design diagram too. Let's look at that. That's a better reference. Let me show our diagram. So, let's see what we had here. So our shop had a gem shop. We had skins, upgrades, and consumables. Very cool. So let's do that. So we had a gem shop, skins, upgrades, and consumables. And then of course these buttons will look different. I'll probably put some little cute images on them, like a gem for the gem shop and some skins, and maybe like a plus for the upgrades, or like a little muscle arm or something. And then consumables, probably like a potion or something. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, let's make these buttons bigger. So the width I want bigger, so we'll make this 4, and the height as well. Let's make this a 5. Ooh, is that too big though? Well, I guess we'll find out. And oh, let's check iPad as well. Height needs to be bigger on iPad. Let's say 5 as well. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, let's just do that for all the other ones. Yeah, I feel like now they're too far apart. Yeah. Let's make this a 5 then. And this a 5. Or like 8? Yeah. Now how's that on iPhone? Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, that's very nice. Now let's do like a back button. So to do that, I guess we can put it on its own Z stack. We can put H stack, spacer, button. Oh, let's also get the frame as well. Don't want to forget the frame. Okay, it put it in the middle of the screen. So I'll put VStack around here and put spacer here. And we'll put some padding around it. Ah, but it's ignoring the safe area, I think. Is it? I think so. What if I did another padding? Oh, that's nice. Okay. So this will be the back button. I think I have an arrow, but I don't know if I want to reuse that arrow for this. So, let's see. Let us... yeah, maybe not make this a Z-stack, so let's just say image. Yeah, I'll see what the arrow looks like for this. So I have this arrow move button. I'll just use that for the shop for now. Like the move button for the back button. That's a bit big. Let's change it. Let's make it square. So maybe 12. And, or I guess I can keep the aspect ratio to fit. Yeah, like that. Now we want to click this and go back to the start. So we'll say show shop view equals false, and do we want to say like show start view equals true or something? Maybe. But yeah, let's not move it so much. Let's take away a padding. Is that good? I think that's okay. Let's see how this looks in the simulator. Let's see. Let us take a gander, shall we? Yes, indeed. Here's our simulator, our handy-dandy simulator. And let's do some running of the app. So, shop, go back. Yeah, that's what I figured. So we're not able to see the start screen. Yeah. So I need to set that variable back to be true. Yeah, do we want to pass it in then? I don't feel like that's good. Okay. Show leaderboard. What did I do before? What did I do? Let me see. So, in my other app, which was very similar to this, my Ohio app, I didn't really touch that variable. So I have this variable here, like show start view, which is controlling when this view, the start view that's currently showing is showing. But we seem to have a problem where it's not being set back to true once I come back out of the shop. So it's just showing like a white screen. Oh, okay. Here's what I did. I did like opacity or something. Oh, that's weird. Okay. I mean... Okay. What can I say then? Can I say like on disappear? Show start view equals true? Will this work? I wonder. Let's try. It doesn't hurt to try. That would be nice if it was true. Ooh. Okay. It was true. But it's... Yeah, it's animating though. It's not showing it until the animation is complete. Okay. Yeah. In that case, what if I just swap these? I mean, that should still work, but instead of animating, it would just immediately show. I'm thinking that's how that would work. Let's check. So shop, go back. No, it's still like flashbanging me. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Let me see what I can do here. Alternatively, I could just pass in the show start view variable into the shop view, but that seems a bit messy. Unless I did this. I pass... Oh no, I'll still have to do that though. Yeah. I wonder... Well, what's a better way? A better way about this. Let's see. So, yeah, I'm showing all these views with these variables. Like show start view, then show this preview. But then if I click this shop button, and it'll set showing the shop true and the start to false. But that means I need to reset this back to true. Without... Yeah, I'll have to be passing a lot of variables around though. That seems a bit gross to do. Yeah, that seems a bit gross indeed. Well, let's see what happens if we pass it into our shop view. Like, will it fix our animation bug? So let me just do that. I just want to test it and see, at least, just for peace of mind. Let me take a look. So, indeed, we shall see. Show start view. And let's also do this. Alright. So now what have we got? Indeed. We have an error, that's what we have. Fix. Oh, okay. Oh, let me, it doesn't like the order of our things. I'll just do this for now. So... extra argument? No. I didn't think so. Now let's do this. On dismiss, or on disappear. Show start view. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can put it in this button here. So show shop view equals false, show start view equals true. Now let's see, how does this look? Shop, boom. Ah, but there's no animation. Okay, so how do I animate it while also not showing like nothing? I could make the... instead of it show white as like the background, I could show an actual background. Yeah. So... to do that... I have an idea. Here's my idea. Okay, so I am gonna do something a bit crazy. Something so crazy it just might work. So instead of all this whole passing show start view in here, I will continue to not pass it in, and likewise do this transition after, and say that show start view equals true on disappear. And now here's my crazy idea. On my window group, like very beginning, I put a Z stack and I put an image with BG, make it resizable. Yeah, how's that? Now let's see if it'll flashbang us. Instead of... it'll show maybe the background for a little bit, instead of like a white screen. So shop... oh yeah, you see that? It kind of worked, but it wasn't the right size. Yeah, so what did I do? Ignores safe area, that's what I'm missing. Ignores safe area. So, wow, my crazy idea worked. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Indeed, it is crazy. So, shop, back. Oh, but, okay. Maybe I want to make this duration a bit smaller. Like 0.15. I'm gonna change it and rerun it. Ah, I don't like that. It's like... okay. I'll fix that later. Yeah. I will fix that a little later, I think. Or, well, let's think about it for a little bit. So that's happening because it won't show the shop view until after this transition animation plays. Which is that what we want? I do want to transition into the shop view, but I don't want it to be... Okay. I want a transition on the shop view itself. Yeah. So... yeah. Like this. Indeed. So... okay. So then maybe instead of the on disappear, I do the pass in the variable to the other thing. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. I think I'll try and debug this later. Yeah. A little later. Well, let's see, how are we doing on time? I just gotta check. I don't wanna be too early. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we got a lot done. So I will wrap it up for now. Yeah, I think it all is well for now. Yeah. So I think I will call it there then. Yeah, let's just show what we've got done so far. So we got this start screen going with all of our assets, our little Yippee with the sword. Got some buttons. I've got this shop. I've got even more buttons, like kind of without any like special images and stuff. We got a back button, which does some weird animation thing. But yeah, I've kind of placed everything nicely. All is well. All is well. Oh, and we've also got it working on iPad too. It looks not too bad on iPad. Let's show the preview for that. Yeah, our little Yippee. Yippee! Adventures of Yippee, the Yippist. Yippee with his sword. Very wonderful. If we go to the shop view... oh yeah, it doesn't work in the preview. Yeah, I'm not tempted to run the iPad simulator. Last time I tried that, it lagged out my computer. iPad simulator is very powerful, indeed. Not as powerful as the little Yippee, though. That's for sure. But yeah, we've got a lot done. I think I'll call it for now. Then, yeah. So, with that, yeah, I'm gonna call it for now. We got a lot done. So, we got a start screen done. We got a initial kind of intermediary shop UI done. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, for next time, we'll probably do some more UI work. Maybe even start on some gameplay. Gameplay mechanics. That'll be good. And probably have more assets, I think. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow at 8 Pacific. So catch you then. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, take care. See ya.